My name is Frank Duarte, or you can call me Frankie Duarte. You know, I'm was born in September 3rd of 1954. I was born in the Santa Monica Hospital. The first house that I can remember living in was in Santa Monica on 10th Street off of Broadway. I have very vague memories of it. Then we moved from there we moved to Barrington. I don't know if you know the Barrington Plaza, the three big buildings.
Yeah.
I watched that go up. I watched the house in front get torn down. I watched an empty lot there for a length of time. Then I watched them build the Barrington Plaza.
That's right.
My first school I went to was Brockton Kindergarten. I got kicked out of kindergarten.
For fighting?
No, I wanted we could throw that in. But
Yeah.
it's not the truth. It'll add a more.
Yeah, spice up the energy.
Spice up the story, but actually, I was a clown.
Yeah.
We moved to 1640 Armour Cross in West LA, up the street from Stoner Park. I was 9 years old when we moved there. Just turned 9. I was 9 and a half, but we moved from there and moved to this house, where my father bought this house for $23,000.
And what year was that?
That was 1964.
Oh, okay.
April of 1964. My mom and dad divorced, but didn't separate until maybe 1983. In 1984, my dad sold me his house for the house.
Wow.
Which was for his half would have been about $75,000. He gave it to me for $50,000.
Oh wow.
And then my mom, after I got married in 1994. I didn't get married until I was, I forgot, late 30s. We, 1994, I got married. I lived with my mom. Me and my wife lived back here. It was different. There was walls. There was a room. Me and my wife lived here. I had our first child in 1995.
Oh wow.
First child in 1990. I was almost 40 when I had my first kid. Second one, when my wife got pregnant with the second child in 1998. That was my son Frank. My daughter Katrina, my son Frankie.
Yeah.
He was. That's when my mom said, it's time for me to buy her house. It's getting too crowded.
Yeah.
That's when she had her house built on the reservation.
Oh, wow.
Where
Okay.
my grandma's house was, but
Right.
it burned down.
Cool.
She bought that house. So I bought her on her. My father was born on Armacost in West LA, 1640 Armacost, the house he lived in. He was a Sotel boy,
Yeah.
Sotel, that's where I lived too, in that house where he was born.
Yeah.
His mother had moved out, and so he bought a house in Thousand Oaks. So me and my mom and my brother Robert moved there, and I started going to Brockton Junior High, Brockton Grammar School. That's where I started going to kindergarten, and it was different, from the neighborhood I moved over here. Over there, there was some future gangsters and some, tough kids in there. And I used to get in a lot of fights in school, in grammar school, and was kicked out. And the bad thing was that I wasn't the school type, I wasn't, unfortunately, my parents didn't really push me in that area. And I was in a room with special training, it was a classroom. Miss McIntyre was a teacher, and it was a class where they had all the, just call it misfits,
Yeah.
You had kids who were either slow learners, some had mental problems, some were crippled, some,
And what school was this?
Brockton.
I'll go Brockton.
And the other kids in the school called it the dumb room. So right off the bat, it's planting the idea in your head that you're dumb.
Yeah.
And even though I may have wasn't a good at focusing on, I guess, that's a typical common thing, problem. And so I remember people having to tell that to people. I'm in the dumb room,
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun, though,
Yeah.
because we were tough kids in that class, a lot of tough kids in that class. And I know there were a lot of guys from West LA who, from that class, who were getting in trouble in later years.
About what years were those?
That was I started going there in 1960. About 1960, when I went to kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
I was in the dumb room around 19.
Yeah.
I was in the dumb room.
Yeah. Well, because
At around 1962, probably. And that's when we're living in Armacost there. And then my dad bought this house where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
In 1964.
Oh, so your parents bought this house?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
1964.
And where are your parents from again? Your mom and your dad?
My dad was born here.
Okay.
He was born in the house at 1640
Oh, wow.
Armacost.
And where's his family from? Or like
His parents were from up north. What was I don't remember what it was called. But
like Northern California?
Northern California. And
so they've been here for a long time. That's a long That's
then the grandparents. My grandma and grandpa, they were born. I think their parents came from, I don't know what part of Mexico.
Yeah.
They came from Mexico. And my mom, she was born in the General Hospital in East LA. And my dad's Mexican.
Yeah.
Not Mexican born, but
Yeah, Mexican nationality
My mom is half Irish and half Pima, Native American.
Oh, okay.
Native American, whatever you want.
Yeah, American Indian.
Yeah. So I'm a quarter Pima. I'm exactly what Danny Little Red Lopez is. He's half Mexican, quarter Irish, and a quarter. I don't know what tribe he's from.
Yeah.
But so she grew up in LA. She was she ran with Chicanas, a lot, because she was raised in that area. What was it, Temple Street, I think. She hung out with them. Then there was a period of time where she moved to the reservation with her mom. That's where my grandma was born on the Pima, the Salt River tribe, Salt River. And to this day, my mom lives in the house. After my mom and dad divorced, she moved to Arizona, and right on the property where my grandma lived when she was a kid. And so I'm going to inherit some of that. I'm a tribal member.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am a tribal because I'm 1/4.
Oh, wow.
If I was less than a quarter, I wouldn't be in it.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
So I got some benefits.
But that's pretty cool that you have the consciousness of your native background.
Yeah.
Because
I don't, I know a few words. Baptuhi, where are you going? Merkong Kudi, that's white man.
Yeah. That's in Pima, right? You said?
Yeah, Pima,
nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Then I learned how to see. I remember being a little kid and watching my grandma make fry bread. You heard of fry bread? Yeah. But see, fry bread is, come on, don't say fry bread. That's not. Use the name that your tribe called it.
Yeah.
Our tribe, it was wamachta. So when we said we make some wamachta, we grew up using the word wamachta, not fry bread.
Yeah.
Then they came out with Mexican, Indian tacos. They were calling them.
Yeah.
And those are great.
Yeah.
So I used to watch my grandma there in the kitchen. I was just maybe, I'm 4 or 5 years old. She's there with with the ball, the dough ball, and then flatten it out of it. They pat it back and forth. It gets bigger.
Yeah.
Make a little hole in the middle and fry it. So about 15 years ago, I said, I got to learn how to make fry bread. So I started and I learned, and I didn't do it. I do it every 6 months, once a year. You know, if you're going to get good at it, you got to do it every day. So I started doing it every day, and I have a pretty good fried bread.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people say mine's the best. Well, I
Yeah.
went to this boxing event they had yesterday. I told you about involving where people brought their own thing. I was thinking of setting up for fry bread and doing the Mexican, the Indian tacos.
Yeah.
Which is actually more like a tostada. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
flat. The bread actually takes like one of those chalupas from Taco Bell. The bread, the
Yeah.
bread part, it tastes real good. Then so my mom, well, she was mostly born. She lived in these poor neighborhoods. Her mom drank a lot.
Yeah.
My grandma, she drank a lot. They lived on, I think, Town and 7th Street, downtown LA.
Uh-huh.
You know, and she raised herself a lot. She tells me her mom would leave her and her sister home. They were like 5, 6 years old.
Right.
They would go out walking the streets, you know, and so she kind of had a tough upbringing that way. She met my dad at the movie theater in downtown LA. My dad was a couple of his friends were so bad,
Yeah.
and they were there and they ran each other and they hooked up and they were watching a lot of fighting and you know it was stressful for a little kid. You know?
Yeah.
It's not the way to be raised. I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I was raised this way." And they're copying what their parents did. I hit my wife because that's my dad watched my dad hit my wife, and I said, "What are you, stupid?" I said,
Yeah.
That's stupid. You should learn why not to do that.
Yeah.
You know? And I think, I don't. My dad wasn't really. I hit her though with my mom.
Yeah.
But it was just what a lot of fighting, you know. But it was in 1964 when we moved to this house.
64, you said?
1964, and I was going to Beethoven Elementary School, and Beethoven was the kids in this neighborhood were way different from the kids in West LA.
Yeah.
Here, we had kids that had goals. You know,
Yeah.
they wanted to be doctors, lawyers.
And what was like the demographic makeup? Was it mostly Chicanos in West LA, and then this little area was mostly
Chicanos in West LA.
and over here was mostly what? Like what was the
Mostly
makeup?
white.
Oh yeah.
Of course, like I said, the Vasquez lived across the street.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
You know, but yeah, even like him, they wanted to be like, I mean, the doctors, lawyers, and
Different
get a
influences.
diploma, go
Yeah.
to college. They had those kind of goals, and I didn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
And then when I started going to Mark Twain junior high school, then I seen the guys who were similar to the guys in West LA.
Yeah.
Cholos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I almost got in a fight the first day in school.